All right, welcome to American Made Goods. Today we're going to go over a prototype keychain. I'd made one before that was real simple, and I hated it. It was too stiff, especially on this is going to be our fill-in for a car key. It was too stiff on the car key, didn't really swing very well, and so it would just kind of stick out to the end, and I didn't like it. I had some limitations, said, you know what, I bet you I can do better. So I did. And that's where I came up with this. Now, again, this is a prototype, so there's some things I want to get changed about it. But you're probably going, okay, this looks like I don't even know what it looks like, some sort of weird band-aid. And this just kind of looks like a really flimsy bracelet. So what are you talking about? Well, let me show you. So what we're going to do here, just going to undo this real quick. And so I'm going to take, again, what looks basically like a bracelet. You can see this side's a little stretched out more. That's just because that's the side I've been using. I'm going to pop it through. All right. Going to put that through my key stand in. Pull that. Now, something I found is that this current design, and chances are the final design, has a rivet here behind the buckle. And there's a little sticking out underneath. So sometimes when you double back under, it has a tendency to get caught. So that's why I pulled this out a little bit. But we will need to actually put all of it. There we go. It's out the other end. We're going to need to pull out all of that slack. Okay, so hide that rivet, pull the slack taut, and then we're just going to put this guy on here for right now. Basic split ring, with a captured hook there. Don't know if that's going to be the final design or the final piece of hardware. Like I say, this is a prototype. Okay, come on. Push that down a little bit, help force this piece up. Again, pull it tight. And as you can see, there wouldn't have been enough material here, enough length here, if we don't keep this all tight. It also has a single button. It's not meant to be adjustable because, that's kind of the end product, right? Now, I'm probably not going to use these buckles. This buckle I had laying around, again, prototype. So I just used what I had available. What I'm actually going to do, I'm trying to make this visible on screen, is I am actually tucking it back in underneath. I think that gives it a pretty clean appearance. And there you go. That's your keychain. All right. Let's just stitched up the back. So likely changes here. This might get shortened up a little bit, might not. I'm not really certain. This length seems pretty decent to me, so long as this buckle changes. This buckle is just entirely out of proportion. So there's a couple options here. In the future, I might just do a ball stud and just have a little notch, a circle cut out, and you just force it down over the ball stud and friction will keep it in place. Could do something like that, real simple, but it gives you this little poke right there, which I think might stick up more than this does, and that already gives me more than I'd like. So another option, one that I'm actually probably going to try in the very, very near future, just because I already have the hardware to do it, and of course I've misplaced the hardware now that I'm going to do a video. Isn't that always the way it goes? Oh, come on. Well, suffice to say, the hardware I have somewhere is antique brass. Well, I mean, it's made to look like antique brass. It's basically, it's this coloration right here, which I particularly have a fondness for, especially when it's paired with natural vegetan. Oh, this knife we don't need. No, not finding it. Oh, well, I guess show will have to go on. And so it is still the same style of buckle, just in a much better, nicer looking material. But it's much shorter. It's actually about half the length. And that, I think, would give a much more handsome presentation. So, probably going to try that, again, assuming that I actually find the piece that is, of course, gone missing somewhere on my table here. Oy. Now, something else that I might try instead is a buckle like this one. This is a roller bar buckle, but as you can see, it's just goes to that a center bar is what this guy, is the centerpiece here, and it doesn't have essentially a built-in keeper. Well, I don't really need a keeper because you just tuck it in. So problem solved. Now another option is this guy here, which I know doesn't show up very well. That's why. Ta-da. Something like this to put on the back. That way it's flat is the biggest concern there, or ideally something that's more like maybe this clip here in this sort of material, but size to fit this, which is about 1/2 inch. So that's the plan. This is the keychain as it is. As you can see, it's a real simple design. It's still a little tight over here. And again, this is just a real quick fill in for a key because I didn't want to actually use my key on camera. It is fairly lightweight leather. This isn't something that, I want to get into a tug of war. This isn't something that's, it's not like it's got metal throughout. The actual part that's giving you all your that's taking any of the abuse really is that fairly lightweight leather. But this is the same leather, honestly, the same weight of leather, and actually comes from the exact same panel that I made this sheath out of. And it's doing pretty good, just real basic sheath. It's also the same leather I would use to make a wallet out of. So anyways, just wanted to present this. This is, again, a prototype keychain design that I'm working on. Well, until next time, signing off.